Hello from Land of TV. This is King Cool. Welcome to Toast Reviews. Doing something a little different today. We're still in the middle of Oscar Losers Month, but I was gonna do something in the oven, you know, like the roast reviews thing. But when I gotta cook something for like 20 minutes, I feel like I just meander. I don't really make it, you know, quick and punchy. So I'm like, okay, I got this timer here. This will tell me pretty much when I believe my oven will be preheated, because I tend to forget. And I go into the kitchen and fuego, you know. So, this, today we're talking about Babe. And I'll give myself 5 minutes. By that time I should be, I should go back to the kitchen and it should be all set. So here we go. Okay, I might not even have a ton of stuff to say about it. Okay, Babe is a movie about a little pig. And it's like, oh, it's the pig movie. But there's something that people don't really talk about. This is Babe the Pig movie, because Babe is the pig who thinks he's a sheepdog movie. He gets adopted by a farmer. He gets won in a contest, and it's like, I guess it's lucky that a farmer won him as opposed to, you know, me, because I'd just be like, so when do you become bacon? You know. So, and then he meets the sheepdogs, and he's like, hey, sheep, and he's like, so he's like, oh, it's cool, hey, sheepdogs control this sheep, even though the sheep are stupid, and they actually do talk about it. It's like, yeah, sheep are stupid, sheep are lowly. It's like, okay, it's not very nice, but so then he's like, I'm gonna do it, and so he tries to do it, and I guess it's pretty easy when you know, I'll go ahead and say, I'm not certain I believe in the notion that all animals have a common language that they all speak, because humans don't have that. You know, we all speak languages that are so different that are just ridiculous, and I'm like, so would animals really have, like, the common language? I really kind of doubt it. And eventually, you know, Babe's, sheepdogging prowess gets him entered into a sheepdogging contest, even though he's a pig. And, it is like, this is interesting. This is kind of weird. But I gotta say, this is a good movie. I don't know if it was like one I'll ever bother checking out again, because it's very silly, but it's also very, very sweet. In fact, at the very beginning, it almost had me right there, because at the very beginning it shows all the little piglets on the mom, and then this big thing comes up, and a guy with a friggin' cattle prod gets all the big, fat, ready porkers out. And then this giant thing comes out, this giant like metal nipple with like 8 little things in it, and all the pigs run up to it, and I'm just like, oh, that's so sad. And it's not even said the whole thing about, you know, they're going to become bacon, but I'm more just like, they're being, you know, it's a robot. So that part actually I think was more sad than other things that happened later in the movie. Like, okay, it's a movie about animals, so maybe I ain't gonna stun you, spoilers, to say that, spoilers, one of the animals might die. But maybe you might think it might be just a little silly when, possibly a Babe gets blamed for it, and the animal that he's being blamed of killing is not a fly, or a flea, or something. Now, I don't know if pigs are mean and vicious, but Babe certainly is. Babe is a little tiny skinny guy. It's weird because I think a lot of time is supposed to have taken place in the sense that, you know, they use like 50 different piglets. I guess all piglets look the same. They use like 50 different pigs to play Babe, and eventually once they grew too old, they were sent off. Then I'm like, okay, this movie takes place over a couple of months. Why isn't he getting older? It's like once he's like 8 weeks old, it should be like, hey, I'm pretty much a fat pig now. You know, the same way like where it's like a chick, only looks like a chick for a little while. After a couple of months, I actually don't know how many, but after so many months, it looks like a full-grown chicken. You know, so I don't want to be too down on this movie, especially when the lip effects are better than in Marmaduke, which I'll remind you was 15 years later. It's just because they just don't care. It's like back at the time, it's like, you gotta make the animated mouth look like something. It's like, oh my god, I gotta make it look right. What was the movie I was talking about a little while ago where they had an effect? And I was like, this looks better than some other movie where something with CGI, where, crap balls, I can't remember it. Anyway, the other funny thing, this is only a fun thing for me because I'm a fan of The Matrix, is Paul Goddard, who played Agent Brown in the original Matrix, is the stepson. He only has a couple of lines, and I was like, where have I seen that guy before? And then, Rex, one of the sheepdogs, is voiced by Hugo Weaving, because this whole thing was shot in Australia, and has, Australian talent in it. In fact, I think some actors are dubbed, into American English. One of them sounds exactly like the makeup lady from, The Critic, and that's just because it is her. Anyway, looks like I'm out of time. Thank you all for watching. What will be next up in Oscar Losers Month? Let's find out. I should say, even though this one lost Best Picture, I think James Cromwell did win for Best Supporting Actor, which is funny because he's the main human character and he's still a supporting actor because he has like 150 lines. I don't know where the line is for supporting actor is. I don't know. I assume any tiny role is supporting, but up to a certain point, I don't know when it becomes the Best Actor. Anyway, thank you all for watching. This is King Cool. Drive home safe.